Gundam.tk presents RX 78-2 Gundam. Hey, what's up everybody? It's Robert184 from Gundam.tk and welcome to my review of the Gundam 30th Anniversary SD Gundam. Of course, this is not meant to be confused with the Master Grade Gundam version 2.0. This is a kit made in 2009 to honor Gundam's 30th anniversary, made by Bandai, and it sells for 800 yen, which you could call $8 US from the original, and it's $329 in the BB Senshi series. For the box tour, you can see that they took the anime form and turned it into Super Deformed. It can also mimic some of the great scenes from the original series, including the shot, cutting through the Zaku, and the final shot, and it comes with a movable scope, a beam saber, and the shield. Every box should do this, and here they do. They show you what it looks like with zero lining, and I have to say that I'm very impressed that it looks this good with no lining, but of course two $2 markers can make it look even better, and it comes with seals that you can decorate it with. This comes with a very small manual, number 329 on the front, and when you open it up you get a color paint guide. As far as plates go, it comes with an A, C, D plate in gray and a full plate of polycaps, and you'll use almost a fair chunk of them. 3 pages of instructions, which you'll find this is a very easy kit, it takes almost no time to put together, and more pictures from the anime, including some of the story, fighting Char, the Xianggu, and information about the pilot, Amuro Ray. Once you put it all together, which takes almost no time, you're going to have a leg section that you can detach the legs from polycaps there. Your chest, the shoulders are separate from the arms. You get a shield, a beam rifle with the aforementioned movable scope, backpack with beam sabers, and of course, the huge head. The legs and the mobility gate they give you really surprised me for an SD Gundam. This is just a sticker on the waist, but these are separate yellow parts, which is great. The legs have a good bit of mobility this way, but what's unique about them is this is a red part and this is a sticker on the back, which I thought was disappointing, but you don't notice it as much as I thought. But what's cool is you can bend the leg halfway down, so get a 90-degree angle. And believe it or not, that actually gives you a lot of different posing possibilities with this. The chest also pleasantly surprised me for an SD, and it comes with separate colored parts, so yellow, blue, and red, and the shoulder joint is very impressive because you're able to slide this forward and move it up and down, so the arm gets a fair bit of mobility. Attach the backpack on there. The arms disappoint slightly, just put that onto there, and they have this much mobility front and back, and the wrist spins. So nothing special with the backpack, just a solid piece, and the beam sabers just slide in and do not pull out. Any SD Gundam is going to live or die on how good the head looks like, and I have to say that this is fantastic. I've seen some earlier ones that don't look anywhere near as good. There's one red piece, so this is actually not a sticker here, and when you're putting on this, it's actually yellow eyes that you put a black sticker around. So that gives it a real pop feature. Put some black lining in there and you can make it look really sharp, red seal, and a big red jewel. So it's simplistic, but I think it looks pretty good overall. The beam rifle looks good if you put on some black lining. It has a yellow sticker up here on the front, and this goes up and down to the side. I wanted to complain about the shield when I started to make it, but it came out much better than I expected. First, as far as attaching it onto the arm, you'll notice that there's 2 grooves on the left arm, and that just slides in, and it stays in fairly well. But what sort of sucked about it, I thought, is that this is all just one big gray piece. And what you do is you put on a yellow sticker to make the cross, and then this whole thing is a giant sticker that you have to put on fairly carefully. But overall, just from a little bit of distance, I think it looks good. Putting this together just involves putting the waist onto there, pop the shoulder on first, and then follow it up with the arm, and pop the head on like so. When all is said and done, here's how it looks, and a spin around. As for size comparison, he's quite a bit smaller than the SD 00 Gundam, and don't forget to check out the 00 Risers SD review. Just to be silly, here it is next to a high-grade Universal Century Char Zaku, and here it is next to the legs of its Master Grade counterpart. Where this really gets full marks though is in how posable it is, because you can spread the legs fairly well, get everything off to the side, and the arms, for their small size, because of this unique shoulder joint here, you're able to move them around a fair bit. So this has way better posability than some of the old master grades. And I'm looking at you, Double Zeta and GPO2A. So though at first glance this may look like some of the older SD Gundams, in terms of posability, put the shoulder up, put the head off to the side, stretch the arm out, chest out a little bit, bring the legs over this way, and then put the shield up, and all of a sudden you have a pretty good dynamic pose that it's able to keep no problem while maintaining its balance. And the same idea when recreating the last shot, although that would be a little more accurate. And finally, head down, angry charge forward. Because the legs bend and do spread out a fair bit, no problems at all keeping that pose either. Some final thoughts. Usually I'm not a big fan of SD Gundams, but every once in a while an SD like the Destiny or this 30th anniversary Gundam comes out, and they just do such a fantastic job with such a simple idea that I think it would be a shame to pass up on it, really. The mobility in the legs, I really thought that was going to be crappy, and instead that's one of its best selling points. The head looks fantastic, especially with a little bit of lining. The shield stays on well. The beam rifle looks good, better than some high grade and master grades I've seen once you put in some lining. So overall, just the fact that you can do easy, quick, fun poses with this just sets it apart compared to, and the fact that you can build it in half an hour compared to its master grade counterparts, just says to me that this is a very worthy thing to buy, especially for the 30th anniversary of Gundam. And if making Gundams dance in silly poses is your thing, there's nothing better. As always, everybody, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for lots more reviews, including SD 00 Riser. Thanks for watching, everybody. www.gundam.tk